I had an apartment where I had to pay the heat. I had no idea, never done that before. Summer bill would be $100 to $200, and then in the winter I was having bills come in of $600. I was a single mom working at minimum wage job and working on the weekends part-time. I moved to an apartment where I didn't have to pay that heat, and I was trying to catch up on my bill. After the first year of living in the new apartment, I was still trying to catch up, and it kept going higher and higher, and my bill ended up being $1,093. And there's no way I was going to catch up on that. I kept trying and trying, and it was just impossible. Someone told me to call Salvation Army for help. I called, I only got answering machines, no returned calls. Over a long period of time, I kept trying to find help. I finally gave up. I was very stressed by that point. I don't remember how, but someone told me that Hydro would help me, so I contacted them, and they said they had a program, and they calculated payments, and they told me that I would have to pay $191 a month plus my monthly bill for Hydro, which brought it close to $300 a month. I was still working minimum wage. I was struggling to pay that. I figured at the very least, if I could continue to pay $200 a month, I might manage to slowly get ahead on the bill. Hydro was not happy with that. I got laid off from my job. I became extremely stressed, and then I received a disconnect notice from Hydro. They wanted $823.78 minimum payment to keep my bill from being cut off, and this notice gave me maximum 10 days to pay that. And I got more and more stressed. I started getting sick. In February, they cut my power. I went to the community center. I don't remember how. I heard about LEAP. Hydro never told me about LEAP. It does say on their disconnect notice, it does say additional emergency financial assistance. 4 years later, now, I have found out that that's the LEAP program. But they don't say that, and they never told me that there was such a program. I found out about it, I don't remember, from someone on the street, probably. So they said, contact the community center, which I did. The community center set up a meeting for me with someone who told me about the LEAD program and had me fill out some forms, and they asked me questions. They were not very pleasant. It was a very difficult process just filling out the form. I really felt like they felt that I had done something really wrong. So that was done. They said, you'll be hearing from me. A week went by, I think, and I still hadn't heard from me. So I called them back, and they said, hang on, you're going to hear from them. They're busy. It takes time. My power was cut off. I can't remember how long it was cut off. My son said he thought it was 4 weeks. So I'm going to say it was 2 to 4 weeks my power was off in February. I had heat. Heat included apartment. But so I kept calling the community center. Finally, they set up another meeting. I went in and I explained the whole thing all over again to a different person. And I said, this is what I've done so far. I was told to wait over here. And I had no way of contacting me that I knew of at the time. I thought I had to go through the community center. So at the second meeting, they told me, oh, well, you have to do this. And I can't remember what the this was. It's a long time ago. But they said, you have to do this. And I said, well, no one told me that at the time. So there was a whole other process that I had to do. And finally, Lee contacted me. And I mean, I was so grateful to have a program that would help me with this monstrous bill. But they were very unpleasant to me. They spoke to me like, well, you can't expect us to pay your whole bill for you. That kind of response that I got. So I just sat back and took it because I needed their help. They eventually helped me. My power was off for, I don't know, 2 to 4 weeks, somewhere around there. They eventually helped me. They did not pay all of it. I paid, I had to assure them that I would pay a certain amount, which I did. I had to pay that amount before they would help me. But they did help me in the end, and the bill was cleared up. I had to pay the reconnection fee for the cutoff. Anyway, so that was horrible. That was a horrible experience. It took me weeks to even find out about the program and go through the process. It took me years from the time I first had the issue to discover that there was such a program, and it was randomly mentioned by someone, and I don't remember who. And recently now with the OSP thing, I have the same issues that Michaela does. I did apply, but now I have to reapply due to health issues. I could not get it done in the timeline. It's absolutely ridiculous that you have to go through the process that they put you through to get $30 off your bill every month. You have to be able to print out the consent form as if everybody in the world has a printer, as if everybody in the world has a computer. It's absolutely ridiculous process. My son and daughter-in-law live at my house, although I pay the bill, it's in my name. But they wanted all of their financial information. They are not willing to give that information out. So I have applied for this as only me. It is in my name. I do pay the bill out of my account. Now I have to go through the whole process again. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlotte.